Perfect. So good evening, everybody, and welcome to our Thursday night opportunity call. And tonight we shall be telling you all about our amazing products and our work from home business opportunity. And we're going to get started right away with our lovely Carl, who is presenting our products this evening.
Good evening.
Hi, it's a nice surprise.
How are you? It's nice to be on, actually. And thanks to James for asking me. I fell in love with the Juice Plus products almost 12 months ago. It was actually in first lockdown when I first found them. And like most people, my nutrition wasn't right. I wasn't getting enough fruits and veggies in my diet. So I fell in love with the products, and I'm happy to present them to you tonight. So we're going to go through the Juice Plus capsules, the shakes, and all of our products that you can see there, including our omegas and our lift. And as I say, like most people, me and my family, we struggled to get enough fruits and veggies in our diets every single day. And in fact, it turns out, if we go on the next slide, that a large percentage of adults, in fact, 87.4%, don't get enough fruits and veggies in their diets, right? And that, for me and for my family, was having side effects in a sense of, waking up not feeling great, skin not doing very well, and other things that come along with nutrition that we're now finding out. And even the kids in my family, they weren't getting enough fruits and veggies. And actually 96% of kids don't get enough fruits and veggies in their diet. So it was obviously clearly a bigger problem than, what I'd come across. And it was at that point that I found Juice Plus, and I found Juice Plus Premium Capsules, which is 30 different fruits, veggies, and berries, whole foods, nothing but, all popped into little capsule forms. And if we go to the next slide, we'll actually be able to see all the different fruits and veggies and berries that they managed to pack into these capsules that, honestly, I just fell in love with. When I started using these, after about 10 days, I started to see improvement in my mental health, in my skin, in my overall nutrition. And it was because I was getting the essence of all these fruits and veggies that you can see on the screen and berries. And I've later found out, so I obviously looked into them after I started taking them, and they are some of the most, researched nutritional products in the world. And they're actually grown on exclusive farms. So if we go to the next slide, so like Starbucks and people like this have their own farms for growing coffee. Juice Plus actually has their own farms for growing the fruits, the veggies, and the berries, so exclusively for us. And everything is grown to its vine ripenness. So what does that mean? So essentially all the stuff we find in the supermarkets, the fruits, the veggies, everything has to come down the supply chain. And that can take between 4 to 6 weeks. And you're losing a lot of nutrients along that process. So that's why we literally grow everything, whole food, all the way to its vine ripened. And then it's picked. It's minimally processed in our unique drying and juicing process, brought down into a powder and packed into these little capsules that we take each morning. And when I found them, I thought, okay, who can I help? And I have a niece and a nephew who definitely weren't getting enough fruits and veggies in their diet. And I was overjoyed with the products. And that's when I came across the Healthy Starts for Families program. And that's a program that Juice Plus as a company run, and all the people who work for the business, including myself and Sara and everyone who speaks on this call tonight, we all chip in to provide free whole food products for kids. And if you go to the next slide, James, we've got it just here. It's called the Healthy Starts for Families program. There's actually 1.5 million families that have been on this program, including my niece and nephew, who wake up every morning looking for their sweeties, as they think it is. But what they don't realize is, for free, thanks to all of us chipping in, that they're getting 20 to 30 whole food, fruits and veggies in their diets every morning. And it's funny, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day whose kids are also using this, and they used to eat lots of different junk foods and lots of different snacks and things like this. And they now go to mummy asking for things like fruit, and they're eating her out of house and home for the veggies as well, eating things that they never used to try, which was fantastic. That's one of the reasons I love the program. Kids from the age of 4 to 21 can get them for free for up to 4 years. They come like this, if we look at the next slide, like little gummies, or they look like Haribo, essentially. They're quite addictive. I actually steal quite a few when I'm over at my niece and nephew's houses, or at least when I'm allowed to be. And I've just had a kid, so as soon as my child is old enough, he'll also be getting the free fruits, veggies and berries. And what happens when the kids are on them? So they can have them for up to 4 years, as I mentioned. And if we go to the next slide, you will even see that it's not just my niece and nephew and my friends' kids who are, becoming more health conscious, drinking more water, eating more fruits and veggies and less fast food, which is the goal, right? But you can see that 71% and 89% and a large percentage of the families that come onto the product see positive benefits. And that's because of the research that's been done. And what happens when you put in the essence and the phytonutrients and all the best bits of 30 different fruits and veggies and berries into your diet? Well, you get to see huge benefits, and many research studies have been done on these. So if we go to the next slide. And the story goes, as I've been told, the Juice Plus founder many years ago realized when we started the company, celebrities come and go. So we could get tons of celebrities to endorse our products. They'd be happy to. I mean, we've got people like, Bear Grylls and other people like that, and Olympian athletes who use the products. But we actually realized that if we give them for research and do scientific studies on them, this is going to stand the test of time, and we've got evidence to show them against. But we actually opened ourselves up to risk by doing it, because what we were saying is, okay, good or bad, whatever the research is, whatever happens with these universities who do these studies, we will accept the results regardless. And luckily for us, we've now got 30 studies, worldwide gold standard studies, that help show that the products help with, oral health, oxidative stress, skin-related issues, and many other ailments, which we can show you direct on the study websites through whoever invited you to the call this evening. Now, the fruits, veggies and berries looked after our micronutrients. And what Juice Plus then realized is there was another dietary gap in the market, and that was for omegas. And our body doesn't naturally produce omegas, so it was really important that we, started to find that source from somewhere. So if we go to the next slide, yeah, lovely. And most omegas come from, fish oils and other places like that. What Juice Plus wanted to do was make sure they were vegan, and we actually went to the seabed to get up the algae oil, and we went to pomegranate seeds, and we went to all vegan sources to provide the same omegas, but not just the omegas that you find in most products. We've got the full spectrum of omegas available in our products, and there's many studies going on against these products as well at the same time. So that was looking after the micronutrients and, the gaps in the dietary requirements. And then what we wanted to do, we wanted to find a balance with diet and provide, meal replacements for athletes, for people who are on weight management, and for anything like that. And that's why we came up with the complete range, which, as you can see here, I use the shakes, which are the vanilla and the chocolate that you can see there, and there's the soups and the bars. And all of these are a complete meal. So they are the perfect balance of your macros. So your protein, your fats, and your carbohydrates, which is perfect for athletes. There's many athletes that use them, but it's also perfect for weight management. We actually do a lot of programs where we replace some of our meals each day with one of these, because that's what it is. It's a complete meal. My mum loves the soups. She eats them all the time. In fact, there's a product there for everyone, because I have the shakes for breakfast. My mum has the soups for lunch, and my dad has the bars as snacks. So there you go. It takes all taste buds. And then the last product I want to share with you is, so we've looked after the micronutrients, right? We've looked after the macros and our meals. And now what do we need to look after? Well, those dips in energy. Those times when we go for a highly caffeinated drink, or Red Bull, a Monster, a coffee, something like that. And what Juice Plus wanted to do was help us in that area and help perform at our best when we're feeling tired or when we need a pick-me-up. And they brought out the Lift. Now, Lift is an all-natural energy drink. It's full of, as we say, fruits and everything. We actually get the caffeine from the yerba mate plant, and there's mangoes and guavas and everything in there. Now, I love these. They pep me up all the time when I'm halfway through my work day and I need a pick me up. This is what I reach for, and really amazing. As are all our products. There's lots of different benefits that come from using these products, which I'm sure you're going to hear plenty of stories after I've finished. But there we go. I mean, if we just pop over to the next slide, you've got, as I say, capsules and the gummies, which look after your micronutrients and help you maintain, a good nutritional level. You can control your weight with the complete range, and then you can perform with added pick-me-ups from the Juice Plus lift. And all in all, they're an incredible product range. I've actually used every single one and highly, highly recommend them, as I'm sure everyone else on the call will. But I'll hand you back to Sara. I'll say thank you very much. A little bit nervous on my first time presenting that, but hopefully you all enjoyed.
You were absolutely amazing, Carl. Thank you very, very, very much. You've done incredible. I really liked when you were saying about your nieces and nephews liking the chews and having them as sweets, because I've just been up to nuts. I'm not then, but just before, because they're absolutely amazing, and you don't feel guilty giving them to the kids because they're fruit and veg, but they do taste absolutely amazing. And one of the things that I absolutely love about our product is that they are not solely for weight loss. I'm sure a lot of people who are on this call might think, that they are solely weight loss products, and they're not. They were never designed to be weight loss products. They are, they were designed actually for athletes, as Carl said, and they have such a range of incredible health benefits. Yes, a lot of people use them for weight loss. I did myself, but overall, if you're looking to improve your overall health, then these products are absolutely incredible for you. So, as Carl said, we're now going to hear from a few people who are using the products and see what they are thinking of them so far. And we're going to get started with Martin.
Hello, everyone. Hi, Sara, Carl, James, everyone. Hello. Well, thank you very much for inviting me. Guys, my name is Martin, as Sara introduced me. I'm from Poland. I'm 39 this year, and I heard for the first time about Juice Plus about 5 years. It's important to say I'm also a diabetic for more than 25 years now, and that was partly the reason why and how I came about these products. I will be honest with you as well. I was very skeptical at the beginning. I just didn't believe that this is something that will help me. I was struggling at that time with my sort of sugars being stable. I struggled a lot with my skin problems as a 34-year-old man. I had problems with acne, and I was really bringing my confidence down. I worked at this time a lot in the bar, so late nights, so my sleep pattern wasn't good, and just energy levels weren't okay. And when someone proposed me fruits and veggies in the capsules, I just didn't believe that this is going to be a solution. I am a vegetarian for 10 years, so I was living and thinking, I'm eating enough fruits and veggies, guys. It's just not for me. But luckily, my partner, she decided for both of us to give it a go. She didn't tell me anything. She said she did it secretly, let's say, and she brought home the products, and we said, well, now you're gonna try. Now we're gonna see what will be the results. So I did that, and to my surprise, it started changing pretty quickly. Within the first few weeks, I could feel the difference in my body. I could sleep better, and more importantly, I was waking up rested and waking up with ease. That was something very unusual for me, working late evenings and late nights. So I've noticed that difference, like physically. Obviously, another few weeks had to pass because things, when they start from the inside changing, it takes time, and I could see my skin clearing. Before that, I tried creams from GP. I tried a lot of other things that was over the counter as well from the pharmacy, and nothing was a long-lasting fix for my skin. So seeing that after maybe a month or 6 weeks, something like my skin is clearing and I do not get any new problems, it was mind blowing. It was literally mind blowing because it was a few months that I was struggling with this problem. So there I could see that there is something to it, that really nutrition is the key, and I will be continuing that journey. Eventually, I added completes to my diet, and I really got on to stay focused on how I eat and how I how is my nutrition. To that point, that after maybe 8 months or something like that, I got my sugar levels test done. And my doctor was really surprised, just like me, that my sugar levels are very stable. And if someone knows anything about diabetes, we have this thing called HbA1c, which is a long-term factor of how your diabetes is being managed. For me, this was the lowest I've ever achieved through diet, through exercise, through the whole package that the Juice Plus comes, because like Sarah said, this is not a weight loss fix. This is great nutrition for your body, and I experienced that firsthand. So then I joined the business, and then eventually I'm helping others to find a better solution for their body. Thank you very much for inviting me today.
Thank you, Martin. And I just love what you said there. You found out that nutrition was the key. Absolutely love that. It's so true. So everything, isn't it?
Yeah. You can't outtrain bad diet. So good diet really helps you to get better shape, better mental clarity, everything.
Exactly. It just improves everything from the inside out, doesn't it? Thank you so much. Absolutely amazing. And we are now going to hear from Fabio.
Hello. Hi. Thank you to invite me. Pleasure for me to be here.
Thank you.
I'm quite new because I started the program around a week ago. But honestly, from my point of view, in 1 week I already saw a lot of difference, especially in the morning when I wake up. Wake up in the morning full of energy, ready to destroy everything, honestly, full of power. And I realized even when in the shower with my hair, I don't lose much hair like before. I'm a chef. I work in the kitchen. A lot of the times in the day, especially when it's that kind of busy day, you have the nervous things to hit, to have something. Even in this day, I don't have I don't fancy to have something nervous. I'm not really. I don't have a really interest to that. Especially, I'm feeling complete, honestly.
Fabio, thank you. That's amazing. I love that you've literally just got started.
Actually, even I realized even I didn't look after that, but I realized that a bit I didn't follow properly with the Kickstart program. But even with I didn't follow properly, I realized I lost 2.5 kilos in 5 days.
Wow. That's absolutely amazing. Well done, Fabio. Absolutely incredible. And I love that you're seeing benefits so quickly as well.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Keep going. We're excited to watch your journey.
Of course, yeah.
We'll see you again in a few weeks, I'm sure, how you're getting on.
Thank you. See you.
And up next, we have got our beautiful Michelle. I hope.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm okay. Just take it away.
Okay, so I'm Michelle. I'm from London. I was introduced to Juice Plus last January. Got talking to a girl that I used to know from school. I put on some weight, about 2 stone. I've never ever had any problem with my weight at all, but I put on some weight. And I was finding it a bit difficult, to lose. I think it was sort of getting older, and she got me on. I started taking the boosters. Now, to be fair, when they first come, I thought these ain't going to work. Do you know what I mean? They're not going to work. But I lost 1 stone in 6 weeks using the boosters and following plan, and I was amazed. I really was. So I was sold. I was absolutely sold. I then started taking the shakes. The shakes, everyone that knows me, I mean, I'm in the business as well. Anyone that knows me knows that I absolutely love my shakes. I have 2 a day. I have 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. My body craves the shakes now. If I don't have one, my body just it craves it because it's just part of my routine now. Again, I don't take the shakes for weight loss. I take it because they're quick, they're easy, and they're bloody delicious. They are so delicious. Sorry for swearing. And I like adding frozen fruit with them and stuff like that. But the main thing, people always say, what's your favorite product? What's your favorite product? And if I had to choose, and even though I really, 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 really love my shakes, it would have to be the capsules, because now I started taking the capsules for no particular reason. Because everyone was raving about them. They're fruit and veg. they're plant-based, they're whole food, you know, they're going to be good for you, aren't they? They're going to boost your immune system. Let me just get them, you know, and I'll get the free chews for my son. However, after being on them for about a month, I noticed certain things that I had suffered with for many years go. So I suffered from terrible constipation for 10 years after a prolonged labour with my son, and not to go into it, but I never used to go to the toilet for about 2-3 weeks. And I'd have to go to hospital, and you know, and it wasn't just constipation, it was pains, it led to headaches. It was really bad, you know. Started taking the capsules. Now, I didn't start taking the capsules for that. I just started taking the capsules, you know, to boost you know, your immune system. I don't suffer from constipation no more at all. I tried many medications. I was still on medication. I was on loads of medications for 10 years. I don't get them no more. That the fruit and veg, or sorry, the premium capsules have totally sorted out my constipation. Also, no period pains. I have no period pains at all. I was one that I suffer from really heavy periods and painful periods. I used to be taking days off work, off of school. No period pains whatsoever. They've lightened my mood, and I'm not falling into bed at the end of the day. So they're good for like an all round, you know. Obviously, we've got our uplifts for like that instant boost, but it just gives you that energy. It gives you more energy throughout the day. And just quickly about the omegas. I got on the omegas. The omegas was the last thing that I took, and stupidly I took them, and I suffer from like knee pain, not bad, but knee pain and shoulder blade pain and anxiety. I'd done CBT for anxiety a couple of years ago, etc. And the omegas got rid of my knee pain and my shoulder blade pain. It had to be them, because it stopped after I started taking them. And I'm sure that the omegas helped with my anxiety as well. Obviously, I put practices into place that I've learned through therapy, but I'm sure it keeps it at bay. When I stopped taking my omegas, my shoulder blade pain come back. My knee pain didn't come back, but my shoulder blade pain come back. And I think it was a couple of weeks ago, I woke up and my anxiety had reared its head a little bit again. So it's got to be them. It's got to be them. But yeah, I love the products. Absolutely love the products. I take all of them. I take all of them.
Oh, I love that, Michelle. And do you know what I really liked is that I hear from so many people who start the capsules, and you know, whatever, we don't make any medical claims obviously, but maybe certain ailments or health conditions that they have, and they say, I never started taking the capsules for this, but this is the benefit that I felt. And it's so surprising, isn't it, the benefits of just flooding your body with so much fruit and veg and health and goodness, and it just benefits you all round, doesn't it?
And it is true what they say at the start of the call. When you're feeding your body this goodness, whether it be the shakes, the capsules, you do crave. But listen, we all have a little treat every now and then. it's humans, you know, come on. But when you're feeding your body that goodness every day, it does crave it. It does. That has started happening to me now, I would say the past 4 to 5 months. About 5 months. My body craves it now. So it's all good.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Michelle. Really appreciate you coming on site. You were amazing.
No worries.
Thank you. And up next, we've got the lovely Aisha.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And yourself?
Haven't spoke to you for like the whole 3 minutes. I'm joking.
I know.
I'm joking. You take it away and tell us why you loved it.
Okay. So for me, I started taking the products at the end of October, and what interested me was the fact that I could take the shakes as a meal replacement, because I have been a terrible meal skipper for as long as I can remember, and especially since becoming a mum. So that was for me definitely why I wanted to take them. And then the benefit of it was that I could get on the weight loss plan with them, which I never really felt like I never really thought about weight loss before, because I always actually had a really fast metabolism and struggled to put on weight. But then obviously again, after having kids, that all just changed. So for me, yeah, I got straight onto the shakes plan. And within the first week when I done the detox, I think I lost 5 pounds, which was like a massive thing for me, because I just, after having kids, just struggle to shift anything. And then I just straight away, because I straight away joined the business as well, I just got straight onto the capsules, wanted to give them a go, see what they're all about. Again, wasn't really interested in my health, or didn't think I was missing or lacking or in anything. But straight away, like, you know, you get sort of so used to your daily routine, and my routine was just, you know, getting out of bed late, waking up late, being tired all day long, thinking that that was just a normal thing for being a busy, tired mum. And then as soon as I started putting all the goodness into my body from the capsules and from taking the shakes, I just suddenly realised that I had this like new lease of energy. So I literally like rant and rave about the products to all of my family. Like, I've got my mum on the shakes now, I've got my mum on the capsules, I've got my dad on the shakes and capsules, I've got my sister-in-law on them, like literally everyone that I am close to. I'm like, right, take these, try this, try that. And I just absolutely love them. So I take I don't always take the boosters, but I obviously have them as and when I need them, because I am a terrible cereal snacker at times. And they do help massively. And I think somebody else said it on the call tonight, like they didn't think they were going to work at first. I just thought, this little sachet of powder, how's that going to stop me from snacking? But they really, really are amazing. And then, yeah, I also take the uplifts, which are just a lifesaver. I just absolutely love all the products, really. I can't imagine a time where I would have thought to get out of bed at like 6:30, 7 a.m. and just get on with my day and just smash out the day. Like, it's unheard of for me. It really, really is. And I think even like now that I've got other people into the products, they were sort of the same, and were the type of people who maybe would like sleep in, and when I say to them, oh, you need to get up early and do this, they're like, are you crazy? But literally, it just gives you a new lease of like life, having the products and that new energy. And obviously my kids as well, they take the chewables, so now I've got the capsules, my kids take the chewables. So yeah, literally everyone in my household, even my partner, he's on the capsules and everything. We're just Juice Plus fanatics in this house. Yeah, so I just love the products, really.
Oh, thank you, Aisha. And I really, really love that you said that you just say to everyone, try these, because I'm well known for that now. If someone says to me, oh, you know, I'm really tired, I say, try these. I've got, you know, my
oh, I had a friend over the other day, actually, and I was telling them about the uplifts. And I love my uplifts so much, and obviously you only get like 30 in a box when you purchase them, so I was a bit like, oh, do I really want to give you one? But I was like, no, try them, because I think you'll like them. But I was just like, don't waste it, don't you dare waste it, this is my uplift. Because you can't waste an uplift. No.
I thank you so much, and a huge congratulations, because Aisha actually hit a mega promotion today to sales coordinator, and she was actually just reconfirming her previous promotion from the month before. So she skipped straight through, loving the product, sharing her journey, helping everyone with Juice Plus, and loving everything about it. So congratulations, Aisha, and thank you. And I am now going to hand over to our lovely James, who's going to be telling us all about our business structure.
Great. Okay, everyone. I hope I'm I think you can hear me. Yeah, brilliant. All right, so everyone, hi. I'm going to tell you about the franchise and effectively how it works. I'm going to be super quick about this. It's going to be a bit of a rush, but if you know, it just gives you the general gist of this. So it took me 2 shots to get GCSE maths. So if I can explain this, you should definitely be able to understand it. It's not difficult at all. All right, so there are 4 ways that we make money in this business: the retailing, what we call team building, clubs, and then networking. And what is really exciting about this, and what I absolutely love about Juice Plus, is that 90% of all the people that take Juice Plus as a product are not involved in the business. So it just shows we've got fantastic, really, really strong product-led business, which I'm so proud about. So the retail profit that we get for retailing the product is between 10 and 20%. And a lot of people go, wow, that's really amazing, particularly when you think that we're not handling the product at all. It's being shipped directly to the consumer by Juice Plus. They're doing all of the preparation, stocking, shipping, and then obviously collecting the money directly from the consumer. So that it's just a dream in terms of the way it works as a business. Now, if we develop 2 customers a month over a year, at the end of that year, we'll be earning £2,500 a year. So that's effectively 24 customers. If we've got 4 customers a month, then we're earning £5,000 a year, 6 customers a month. And that is that they stay on the product all the time. And this is all the premium capsules. You can see the figure there. And if 8 customers, it's £10,000 a year. And you think, wow, that's amazing. 2 customers a week, staying consistently on that for a year, that's what it becomes. But, you know, some people might say, well, that's quite a lot of customers. It's like 90 plus customers. But in actual fact, it's not, because, you know, people do accumulate very, very substantial customer bases. But let's just have a look at another side of it, which is the team building. So when we develop a team, it's essentially we're working smarter rather than harder. So for example, if I've got 24 premium customers, the fruits and the vegetables and the berries, or an equivalent, but for sake of argument, the premium, and I've got 3, each people in the team have each got 24 customers, I'm going to be earning £800 a month or 10,000 a year. Wow. When I saw this, I thought this is really, really incredible. I'm just helping people that really love the product, who want to share it with other people, effectively develop their own customers and earn their own income. Wonderful. However, if I've got 24 customers myself and I've got 12 people each in my team, each with 24 customers, well, the figure goes up considerably. I'm earning £2,500 a month then, or £30,000 a year. So this is not a guarantee. Obviously, it's not a claim, but it just shows what the potential might be if we develop this sort of thing. But the thing that really got me interested was the networking side of it. So for example, if I start off and I develop 3 team members and they each develop 3 and they each develop 3, obviously totally hypothetical, but it can be an awful lot more than this. What's going to happen? If each person just had their own order, let's say their own order of £100, just for the sake of argument, then I'm going to be earning £1,000 a month or £12,000 a year, just from building this relatively small network. Wow. However, if each of them have got 24 customers each, well, you can see the figures go up considerably, and you think, okay, this is really, really becoming interesting. However, if we then move on, and if, for example, I haven't just developed a team of 3, but I've developed a team of 5, and they've developed a team of 5, and so on and so forth, the numbers go up massively. So if each person has their own product order, I'm earning, you can see it, 11,000 a month, and then crazy figures on a year. And if each person, so to speak, has got 24 customers each, well, you can see the figures just go off the scale. So when I saw this, I thought to myself, well, look, even if I can achieve just 10% of this, this is going to be an incredible business for me. Even if I achieve just 1% of it, it's going to be really, really interesting. And I felt to myself, well, I just can't really fail in a sense. If I just talk to enough people, it's inevitable that it's going to happen. And that's really very, very interesting, because on top of that, we've also got the bonuses. So going from all the way from partner all the way up to, PMD plus as such, you may not know what that is, but it's the top position up in a company. We're earning £119,480 in bonuses. Some people may look at this and say, well, look, James, this sounds crazy. I've never done anything like this. So let's just look and see what Richard Branson would say about something like this. He says, if somebody offers you an amazing opportunity, but you're not sure you can do it, say yes, and then learn how to do it later. And I think, a lot of people, myself included, would say, actually, this is the way forward. It's not necessary to understand it completely, but just to launch in and just to be amazed how it starts working like a dream. So I'll hand back to Sara.
Thank you, James. And yeah, I think it's so true. And we touched upon it just at the beginning of the call. There's so many industries that are unfortunately suffering right now, whereas we are really fortunate that, health products, that we've got the most incredible ones, and the business model that we've got are just absolutely thriving at the moment. It's a really, really great time to be getting involved. And we are now going to hear from some people who are already involved in the business and see what they're thinking of it so far. And we're going to get started with our lovely Daniele.
Hey, good evening, everybody. How are you doing?
Hi, we're thank you.
Yes, I'm very good, thank you. Yeah, so my name is Daniele. For those who don't know me, it's I have I started my relationship with Juice Plus and the Juice Plus company from my own existing business. We have a medical clinic in Harley Street in central London, and we deal with issues with the digestive system. So things like constipation, irritable bowel syndrome, bloating, and all these kind of issues that are very, very common, very, very prevalent within the general population. And I was really looking for a product that was exactly like the Juice Plus capsules that would help us to recommend to have our patients to have a more complete diet in terms of having more fruit and vegetables in their diet, because that's one of the things that we observed that generally was lacking. So before coming across Juice Plus, I was recommending juicing and things like that. So obviously, when I looked at when I was presented with the Juice Plus product, like Carl explained before, you know, there's been a lot of research that was done on the products, and that's the thing that I looked as a health professional before deciding to get involved with this product. And then once we started seeing that the product was really, really good, and not only it was backed by all this amazing research, but we were seeing a lot of really good results from our patients, I got really, really excited about the business as well, because I thought, well, you know, we already joined as a franchise partner, and now why don't we try and develop the business side as well, you know? And now, nearly 7 years on, I have a big team of partners, not only in the UK but also in Italy, in Poland, in Spain, in the US, and you know, especially like considering what's happened over the last year, where a lot of like traditional businesses have had to you know, literally close a shop, and you know, obviously something that we would have never ever imagined before. I was really grateful that that, you know, I had this plan B, something that, so not only our business you know, didn't suffer over the last 12 months, but in fact it's been thriving, right? Because more people have been working from home and looking for these kind of opportunities. So for anybody on the call that is either thinking, well, you know, I'm too busy because I'm too busy with my current job or career, or I already have a business, or somebody that is thinking, you know, I already have a business, why do I need to do another business? I would say, you know, absolutely, this is something that number one can be done part-time, and number two, for something that is thinking, you know, I wanna, maybe I've never been in business, I wanna have my own business. This is really something that gives us all the benefits of having your own business without any of the downside, because, you know, there is, in any traditional business, you need to possibly, you know, buy some equipment, invest in some kind of capital, buy, you know, employ staff, rent premises, all these kind of things that we don't really have to worry about with the Juice Plus business, because the company takes care of everything. So it's really been a saving grace over the last 12 months to be able to look back and say, wow, you know, it was a really good decision to get involved with the Juice Plus company, you know, nearly 7 years ago.
Thank you so much, Daniele. And I think just what you said, you know, about people who think that they don't have time for this business. I once heard that someone said that this is the business for busy people, and I really, really love that saying, because it's just, you know, you can fit it in those little bits of your day, and if you just stay consistent, you'll watch it just grow steadily, won't you?
Absolutely, that's exactly what we've done.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Daniele.
Thank you for having me.
And up next, we've got Paula.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Sara. Can everyone hear me?
Yeah. All good.
Okay, great. Yeah, so my background is in hair and beauty, and I used to own a hairdressing salon, a really successful salon, for about 15 years. And then when the lease came to an end, I just didn't want the stress, the overheads, and all the time that it would take for me to start up another business. And also I didn't want to, I got really, really worried about having to invest all that money into it. By that time, I was also a single mum, so I really wanted something that would give me time and flexibility and freedom to be there for my daughter. And so I didn't know what I was going to do. I just didn't know what kind of job would fit the description that I wanted. And then along came Juice Plus, and it just ticked every single box for me. I just couldn't believe that I could build my own business, working from home or wherever I wanted, whenever I wanted, with no boss, and have all the things that I wanted. And what I saw was that I could get the freedom that I wanted. As well as helping people to, look and feel good, which is what I was used to. So I started doing it alongside doing my hairdressing clients private, and alongside my daughter. And for the last 6 years, I've been able to just do that. I've just been able to fit my Juice Plus business in around my lifestyle as and when I wanted. And it's just worked perfectly well for me. I haven't missed a day with my daughter, like taking her to school, picking her up, school holidays. I've been able to lay on the beach in Bali and Thailand and whatever, and work at the same time. So I'll be forever grateful for the last 6 years and 6.5 years of what it's given me. But what I also, come, a year ago when I couldn't do my other business, I had my Juice Plus business, I had my Plan B business. And so I just worked a bit harder, and then, I could earn more money to compensate for the fact I couldn't earn money in my other business. So it's been an absolute godsend for me. And what I saw when I first saw it was I had nothing to lose and absolutely everything to gain. And I've been absolutely so right. It's given me all the things that I've wanted, plus more. I've met the most amazing friends, and also in the last 12 months when we haven't been meeting people or doing anything, it's given me a community as well, which I'll be forever grateful for. It's kept me sane, I think, in the last 12 months. So if you're sitting on the fence having a look at the business, I highly recommend that you just jump in, and as James said, and Richard Branson, you just make it up and you'll work it all out. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Paula. And I think there's so many people who in the past year, with everything that's gone on, are so grateful that they had this backup plan, and because we just never know what the future holds, do we? Obviously no one was expecting this, but thank God everybody had their Plan B businesses to fall back on. Thank you. I am not going to be very long at all. I will just say that I am Sara. I've been with Juice Plus for 5 years now, and I absolutely love everything about it. I've got 2 children, one who has got special needs, so my work opportunities are massively limited. So for me to have found something that I can do from home around the crazy kids is absolutely perfect. And I'll just hand over to James.
And I'm going to hand back to you because I'm been involved for 33 years and it's been unbelievable, and the best is yet to come. I'll hand you back to you.
Perfect. I'll hand you back to you. Lovely. Okay, so we have got a very special guest speaker this evening. His name is Doug Barlow, all the way from USA, and he is Club 100 and a Presidential Marketing Director Plus in the business, which if you are watching for the first time won't mean much to you at all, but it's the highest position in our company. It's a mega achievement, and we are super excited to have you on the call.
Thanks very much. Greetings from Washington State in the Pacific Northwest of the USA. Very excited, and I appreciate James for reaching out and having me come share a little bit of my background, a little bit of our success, and hopefully some things that will allow everyone on the call to move their business forward. I must say, looking at the gallery view, it's fun to see some old friends and a lot of new faces, people that I don't know. So welcome, and especially for the new people, really, I'm speaking to you. So a little bit about myself. When I was done with the lower educational program in New York State, like most parents, or I should say, most parents, they want better for their children. My parents did not have a higher education. So when I told my dad I really wasn't interested in going to uni, he said, well, what else are you going to do? And I told him, well, I grew up on the Canadian shore of Lake Erie. I watched a lot of big ships sail over the horizon. And he said, well, you can get an education and find out where those ships go. So based on his advice, I went to the Maritime Academy. I got a degree in engineering, and I thought I'd hit the jackpot. I rode ships around for only 6 months of the year. I made pretty good money. I got to travel the world, as a very young man, and I thought life was great. But as many of you can maybe relate, that shiny new object, after a while, the luster goes away, and working on ship started to feel more like being in prison with a chance of drowning. And I really wasn't I didn't care how much they were going to pay me. I just didn't want to grow old at sea. The one big problem was that when I left the ship, I was going to take a big cut in pay, working as just a shoreside engineer. And more importantly to me, the free time. I spent half the year traveling the oceans and mountains, adventuring with friends, and I was really, that was going to go away. So I was very grateful when, in my engineering search, a friend over a casual dinner conversation shared this concept of plant concentrates, and it immediately made sense to me. I could never understand my mom trying to tell me to eat a Centrum vitamin. It has everything, A to Z. Whereas fruit and veg in a capsule, that was a no-brainer. So I took it home, and I don't know if anyone can remember the cartoon, but I dreamt of George Jetson for about the next 3 nights. And that was a little futuristic space cartoon where the guy's meal came out in capsule form. And this was in 1994, and I think, oh wow, I'm 6 years ahead of the 21st century. My friend just told me about fruit and vegetable in a capsule, and doesn't everybody need to eat a little bit more fruit and veg? I mean, I know in England it's meat and 2 veg. That's your meal plan, right? And I can only say that because I lived there for 3 years. So Juice Plus made an awful lot of sense just from a health product. I was like, what don't you get, the fruit and the veg or in a capsule? But what I was really interested in was more of a financial opportunity. And I called my friend back and I said, hey, doesn't everybody need something like Juice Plus? And if that's the case, can I make money telling other people about this as you told me? And so at the time, she didn't really know much about the business. So she said, well, why don't you come to an event and you can learn more about the company, more about the product, and more about how you can get involved. And that's what I loved about tonight's call so far, is it's exactly the same formula 26 years later as it was when I showed up. But what really caught my attention was the business opportunity. I didn't need someone to prove to me that eating more fruit and veg was a good idea. That was just like common sense. That's like putting on the safety belt when you get in the automobile. But I didn't know if I could make a business out of this. And so what I heard at that event was you could do it on your own terms. If you had a burning desire to succeed, a willingness to learn, and you were coachable, you could become successful in this business. And whatever that means to you, whatever success means, that's what was available. And the thing that really struck me hard the most was that the guy from the front of the room said, if you want to, you can use this business model to leverage a lifetime's worth of work into a couple years worth of effort. Now that was back in 1994, 26 plus years later. I'm here to say that when I heard that, I thought, wow, how often does work get in the way of having a good time? And what if I could actually retire myself by the time I was 40? I mean, I was 33 years of age at the time. What did I know? I was an engineer. Engineering was good, but I quickly realized it wasn't going to be great. And so with the support of a system, a team of other people like James, who had done this before me and were willing to help coach and train and teach me how to pay that knowledge forward to other people for whom this was the right thing to be doing. I'm just here to say that the only skill I had was I had a burning desire to succeed, and I had a good work ethic. And so I just applied I didn't know anything. And one of my mentors said, become a student of the industry. So, I'm going to share a little bit more about that, but all that to say that within the first couple of years, we made a few mistakes, 1 step forward, 2 steps forward, 1 step backwards. But at the end of about a 4-year span, we had basically built the foundation of a network of people that still pays me today. And I can't say enough about leveraging your efforts through those who have a similar interest. And the question especially for the new people, maybe your goal is not to compress a lifetime's worth of work into a couple years worth of effort. I mean, do the math. How many more hours are you going to work for the man or the woman for less money than you deserve? And for how many more weeks a year? How many years are you going to do that? And then at the end of the day, how many people know people who have like 30, 40-year careers and they don't even have enough money to retire on, right? I mean, their lifestyle is going backwards. We show people how to make an extra $500 to $1,000 a month. I realize that there's a currency exchange difference, but the reality is if it's 500 to 1,000 pounds a month, it's not so much about the money, but what are you going to do with that money? How does that change your lifestyle? So a couple things I just want to share in terms of things that made a difference for me. And I want to say that the thing that has been the best benefit of this whole opportunity for the last 26 years, and I don't want to miss this, but we lived in England for 3 years. We left England a year before the thing exploded. So I think we laid the foundation for whatever happened there back in the late 2009, 2010, whatever that British invasion was. But when I came back from living in England for 3 years, I got to be a father for my 3 daughters that I didn't have. My dad worked his whole life, and I never knew who he really was until it was too late. So one of the best things that this has offered me is an opportunity to be, I was Mr. Mom for my girls, and I'll never give up that opportunity or never regret the time that I spent raising my 3 girls. So couple things I want to share. The concept is constant. Like what I did 20 and what James did 30 years ago. I mean, he's like the great-great-grandfather of a lot of us here. What he did all those years ago, the concept is constant. I mean, today the technique varies, right? I mean, if I asked a 25-year-old on the call, do you remember what a fax machine is and a rotary dial telephone? Like, what are you talking about, dude? But it doesn't matter because our business is about building relationships. And what's the best way to build a relationship? It's not by talking, it's by listening. Ask good questions and listen. So, I don't know, this is an author of a book here in the States. It's called, let's see, I think you can see it, Ditch the Pitch. It's called Ditch the Pitch. It's by The Art of Improvised Persuasion. So, no one likes to sell, but everyone likes to kind of have influence with other people. And so, the concept here is, I don't talk about Juice Plus. I talk about plant concentrates. I talk about fruit and veg in a capsule. I don't want to give away the secret too soon. Better to ask lots of questions and gain all the info. If you let people do people love to talk. So just keep asking questions until you get enough information to figure out, is it even worth sharing this opportunity with this person, or should I just go down to the next person, right? I mean, the thing I love about this business is on the ship, I didn't get to choose who I got to work with. Here, I get to choose. How many people have worked with people in a job where you hated the person next to you, you hated the person that told you what to do every day, but yet you didn't know what else to do, right? So, I mean, nothing against jobs. I mean, we all had one, I think, at one point. But there's a better way. And network marketing, it's not perfect, but it is truly a better way. And the concept here is, would you rather have 100% of your own effort or 1% of 100 different people's efforts, where if today 10% of the labor force decided to go goof off and enjoy the sunshine, you still have 90% of the labor force working because they're doing it for themselves. They're not doing it for you. They're doing it because they saw something for themselves and they wanted a little bit more. So the concept is constant. The technique varies today. We have social media. You got to figure out how to build a funnel, right? You want to have something that collects people's interest so that if you have 100 people, and the 80-20 rule is always at work. You have 100 people that say, yeah, I'd be interested, tell me more. At the end of the day, at least 20 of them are going to say yes. And then out of those 20 that say, yes, I want to do something with this, it's still the 80-20 rule. Only 4 of them will do it, right? So you have to make numbers work to your advantage. And by the click of a button with social media, not advertising, come get Juice Plus from me, come become a millionaire tomorrow with me. No, that's not what we do. You want to create intrigue. You want to be a storyteller. You want to kind of add value to other people's lives. You want to be able to give stuff away for free and not expect anything back, knowing that if you build trust with people, sooner or later, they're going to say something where you can say, I've heard you mention this a few times, and I don't know if this is right for you, but can I share a solution that made a big difference for me? And again, a lot of people, I love it. You talked about product, and people want to have a product experience in our business before they get involved for a lot of the times. I didn't. I didn't need someone to tell me that fruits and veg was important. My grandma and my mom told me that every time I asked for dessert when I was a little kid. They're like, oh, what's for dessert, Mom? Well, you can have an orange, you could have an apple. So I didn't need anyone to tell me that this was a good idea. it was just, it made sense. But from a business perspective, I wasn't sure. So another point, CANI, CANI, constant and never ending improvement. And James, I'm sure James, even having 31 years in the business, he's probably learning from the 25 to 40-year-old crowd how to better manage social media and be hip and trendy, knowing that, you know, we wear glasses and we've got more gray hair now than we used to have color, right? It doesn't matter. There are so many young people that are looking for meaning in their life, and I've got a track record. I'm a mentor, and I want to give back to the community. Constant and never-ending improvement. You got to find out how to make yourself a better version of you. As I said, strength in numbers and the law of averages. Become a relationship builder. Become a student of the industry, and you guys have something brand new coming to the UK, and I think some of you must already have it. Who's got a tower garden already? Anybody? I'm going to tell you, I would take my computer up to the kitchen and show you my tower garden. I've been growing tower gardens since 2011. And the fact that that technology is coming to the European market and beyond, it is a mind blower, folks. I'm just going to encourage everyone, do what you have to do to invest in your future. Buy a tower garden and grow it and show it. You will be blown away what the tower garden does for your fruit and veg capsule business. I kid you not. And finally, I just want to kind of share, where is the future? Like, okay, I've had a great run. You know, maybe the new person's asking, well, that's great for you, Doug. You've been here for 25 years. You know, you got in early. You know, what's here for me? You know, is it still even a program? Well, especially for the new people, it's up to you to figure this out. And if you know James and you've had a conversation with James or Nikki or Damien, Brendan, some of my old time friends that I see on the call, you know, talk to them about their experience with a corporate entity and the leadership at the top. They're not perfect. They make mistakes, but this is a 50-year-old company that's been making a difference in the lives of other people since 1970. They've paid checks every single month for the last 50 plus years. And, you know, a 50-year-old company, you know, how do you give a 50-year-old company a 21st century facelift? It's not easy, right? I mean, I'm 60 now, and I'm thinking like, well, if I want to look 18 again, I got some work to do. I better eat some more Juice Plus or grow a little more greens in my tower garden. But all that to say that, you know, when you look at the future, I just want to share that we've had the pleasure of meeting the new global CEO, Stuart Kronaga. And I'm always been fascinated by the leadership of this company. You know, over the 26 years, a lot has changed. People have come, people have passed on. We've shed a lot of tears at some of the leadership that's moved on. Everybody brought something very positive to the table. But I will tell you, after 26 years with this 50-year-old company, I've never been more excited about having Stuart as the global CEO. And I'll just close with this. You know, Jay did a great job. He did it by passion and the seat of his pants. I mean, he was not a strategic planner. He had good ideas, and he was like, well, you know, if the pasta sticks to the wall, it must be ready to eat. And that was kind of, you know, if people buy Juice Plus, I bet it'll sell. That was his strategy, right? I mean, what a crazy sales strategy that is. Paolo came on board, you know, and then there's a big transition, like the old guard moved on. Who are the new people that are going to lead us into the next generation? You had people like Paolo and Janet. Simon came on board. You had Paul over in Europe. There's a whole host of all these new people. I love, is it Ayaz, the social media man in the office for the EU in Asia? I love that guy. But I just want to talk about Stuart because I've seen a lot of leadership, and Paolo, he was here for a reason. It's not like, oh, he didn't work, you know, he's a failure, now we need a new CEO. No, he was awesome around strategic planning and human relationships, you know, HR. So he did what he needed to do to create a plan, and then he needed someone to implement the plan. And this woman, Stuart, I can't wait for all of you to get a chance to either listen to her and call me and tell me, Doug, you're wrong. This lady doesn't have what it takes. And not that like the CEO is going to solve all your problems and that's what's going to make your business grow, but leadership starts from the top down. And I will just say that after 26 years in this company, knowing that they've had tremendous success, I've never been more over the moon about a corporate executive who's going to lead the charge for the next 5 to 10 years, and potentially, if you want, it will make this opportunity, the leadership, the corporate leadership, the field leadership, it can make all your dreams come true, because that's what happened to me like 21 years ago, and I've just been riding that wave ever since. And you might ask, well, like, why is James here today? Why am I here today? Because I cannot think, when people ask, what do you do? Well, I help people improve their relationship to health, free time, and cash flow. And I think at the end of the day, health is number one, but I think people will choose free time over cash flow almost every day. So having said that, I'm really excited about the leadership at the corporate level. Are there some challenges? Yes. Are they working on them? Yes. But for the new people that roll up their sleeves and decide to go to work and lock arms with the person who brought you in, you guys all, I really enjoyed all the stories, and I just want to encourage you to just keep improving, being a better version of you every day, and share this opportunity whenever it presents itself. And with that, thanks for having me on board. And if there's anything I can do to help out over here in the USA, happy to do so. And James knows how to get a hold of me.
Oh, wow, that was absolutely amazing, Doug. Thank you so much. There's so many top tips there, and I really love hearing from people who've been in the business for a while as well, because I think you guys just come with the most amazing tips, and I always come away with just sort of notes and notes and notes. So thank you so much for joining us and sharing all of those amazing top tips. We really appreciate it. And thank you everybody for joining this evening. We hope you have enjoyed tonight's call. Thank you everyone for who shared their story with us this evening. Thank you to James for arranging. And if you would like some more information, please just pop whoever invited you on the call a message, and they shall be more than happy to help. And just a little reminder, we usually have our Coffee Success Morning training on the first Saturday of every month. However, we are going to be doing next Saturday, which I think is like the 10th, Yeah, it's the 10th. Because this weekend is obviously bank holiday weekend, so James being kind and giving everyone the weekend they'll do. We shall see you next Saturday for the Coffee Success Training Morning, and there's more details and the flyer to follow. Have a lovely evening everyone, and a happy Easter weekend. Bye.
Easter. Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks.